You street trash. That's not a uniform. That's a beggar's costume.
That's Tom Chen, the rich brat who constantly bullied me.
Think you can be a martial artist when you can't even afford proper training clothes?
Here, I wasn't special anymore. Back in Belmont, I'd been the prodigy everyone talked about. 6 months at San Francisco's training facility had taught me one brutal lesson. Here, I was just another poor kid from a recruitment center.
Hey, Bobby.
Jessica, we came from Belmont together. I thought we were friends, but money has a way of changing people.
The elders are watching. Don't make a scene.
Bobby Brown, I challenge you to a one-move battle. Right here, right now.
I knew I couldn't win. Tom had resources, connections, and training I couldn't match. Not today.
Coward.
I overheard Tom, but I didn't say anything. I just went straight home. I lived in a small 2-room apartment that we could barely afford.
Bobby, sit down. We need to talk. The facility has issued new rules. If you don't reach green belt before 15, you'll be sent home and barred from the family sparring contest.
That's impossible. 2 months to green belt? Even talented students took a year minimum to progress from yellow to green.
The rule only applies to recruits from outside the city. Don't worry. If we go back to Belmont, you'll still be...
A loser? A washout? The look on their faces told me that they were already planning our return trip, already accepting failure. I won't go back a failure.
Bobby, please.
I went outside.
Where are you going? It's going to rain.
I had nowhere to go. No friends, nothing. Everything I'd worked for was slipping away. I won't give up. You hear me? I won't give up. And then suddenly something unusual caught my eye. Before I could process what was happening, a black streak shot from the clouds. What the... Pain like I'd never known erupted through my body. I couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't breathe. My vision was going dark. But I saw it. A marble black as night rolling toward me. And then... No! The last thing I remember was screaming as it entered my left eye. I woke up in excruciating pain. My left eye felt like it was being torn apart, and I saw weird visions. Then an ancient voice spoke directly into my mind.
To continue my bloodline, the bloodline of the Eye, you will rule everyone, control every race. You lucky youngster, do not disappoint me.
When I finally dared to open my eye, the world looked different. It looked hyper-detailed, and I can see everything.
Bobby, thank goodness you were unconscious for an entire day.
A day? That's impossible.
But you seem a bit different.
I realized it wasn't just my vision that had changed. My entire body felt different, faster, stronger, like I'd been upgraded.
You need to rest today, Bobby. After whatever happened last night.
I wasn't listening because I was testing my reflexes. Mom, I have to go to the training grounds.
Bobby, please take rest.
But I needed to test my limits, and I knew exactly how to do it.
Hey, weakling, ready for our one-move battle now?
There he was, the perfect test subject.
Tom, with your strength, if you can't take this weakling in 3 moves, it'd be a shame.
3 moves? To beat this kid, I'll only need 1 move.
I should have been terrified, but strangely I felt calm. Make your move. As Tom took his stance, I activated my left eye. Immediately, I could see flaws in this technique that had been invisible before. My body moved on its own. Perfect timing, perfect power. 1 punch, that's all it took. I walked away without another word. But I knew whatever this eye was, it had changed everything, and I was just beginning to understand its power. That evening, I snuck into the martial arts library's restricted area. I had to take the risk. I realized that with my new vision, I could memorize entire books with a single glance. Techniques for strengthening my body, my chi, perfecting my movements, all got clear to me. I now knew what I thought I would learn in years. When I returned to the public training grounds, the whispers started immediately. The story of my victory over Tom had spread. Bobby Brown, once a joke, had become someone to fear. For the first time since arriving in San Francisco, I felt like I had a chance. The day of the family sparring contest arrived, the biggest event of the year where students from all over the city compete for honor and recognition. The first rounds were almost too easy. My opponent surrendered before we even finished.
He's too arrogant, using a core technique against higher-ranked skills.
Semi-final match. Bobby Brown versus Axel Rodriguez.
When I faced Axel, ranked 7th among town recruits, the crowd expected me to be humbled at last.
Ready to go back to Belmont, recruit?
You wish. I could see every flaw in his stance. And finally I defeated him with a single strike. The crowd was stunned. The poor kid from Belmont wasn't supposed to make it this far.
Winner, Bobby Brown. He advances to the final round.
Then came my moment. Peter versus Bobby. Peter was ranked 2nd among all students. He was legendary, having already defeated the top-ranked fighter.
Bobby, today you'll learn where trash like you belongs.
We'll see. I noticed the main judge and Peter's father speaking quietly in the corner. Something didn't feel right.
There's still time if you want to run away from the match. Save yourself some ridicule.
No way I'm running, Peter. I was determined this time, no more backing down.
Final match preparations begin in 5 minutes.
As my match with Peter was announced, I felt a sudden need to gather myself, to focus, to prepare for the biggest fight of my life. My mind was racing with strategies. Despite everything, I still felt nervous, but I believed I could win this.
Don't make a sound.
Instinct took over, raw, animal survival instinct. No technique, just pure desperation. I spun around, ready to fight, only to find myself surrounded by 5 figures with black cloth masks covering their faces.
You shouldn't have done that.
Who sent you? They didn't answer, instead circling me like wolves. Every second that passed was bringing me closer to disqualification. I could see their training and their movements. They looked like professional fighters. The eye was working. I could see openings, weaknesses, moves before they happened.
He's faster than we were told.
I felt a surge of confidence. Even outnumbered, my new abilities gave me an edge. For a moment, I thought I might actually win this. But then I realized my fatal mistake. I didn't watch my back.
Hurry up! Someone's coming!
The world tilted sideways. I tried to shout for help, but nothing came out. Chloroform. I held my breath, lashing out blindly, fighting against the chemical fog, trying to claim me.
Match 14. Peter Chu versus Bobby Brown. Competitors to the central platform.
The announcement cut through the chaos like a knife. Everything I'd worked for was slipping away by the second.
Final call for Bobby Brown. Competitor Bobby Brown to the central platform immediately.
As darkness closed in, a single thought burned in my mind. Who would go to such lengths to keep me from my match? And how would I ever make it back in time? The green glow began to form around my hands, but it was too late. I tried to activate my left eye, but darkness claimed me first.
Muffled sounds of struggle faded in the training facility corridors, leaving only a mechanical heartbeat echoing in the silence. Bobby lay slumped against cold tile, the chloroform-soaked cloth sliding from his face as his attackers disappeared into echoing silence. Yet something deep within refused to surrender. The opportunity to face Peter Chu was stolen by someone who had gone to extraordinary lengths to stop him, though his heart already whispered the truth. Bobby's eyelids fluttered as green light began emitting from his left eye. Emerald veins spread across his temple like lightning, pulsing with unnatural energy. Sweat turned to steam as the power intensified. His back arched suddenly, eyes snapping open, the left blazing with supernatural light. He gasped like surfacing from deep water, staggered to his feet, and clenched his fist. Green energy crackled around it as he slammed it against the concrete wall, leaving spiderweb cracks radiating outward. The energy dissipated, leaving him drained against the damaged wall. In the empty corridor, his enhanced vision transformed the world. Footprints glowed on floors, handprints shimmered on walls, breath molecules hung suspended. He followed the invisible trail like a forensic detective. They were professionals. 3 men. One carried a curved blade. When he examined a gray hair on the floor, his suspicions confirmed. When he'd defeated Peter, the hatred in his father's eyes hadn't been disappointment. It was a promise. 2 months of relentless training followed. Bobby's apartment became a private dojo, furniture pushed aside, floor covered with scorched mats. Night after night, he sat cross-legged, shirtless and sweating despite cool air. His left eye pulsed rhythmically as green energy flowed through his veins in alien patterns. Every moment pushed beyond human limits. His attackers had only fueled determination that burned hotter than any technique. Moving through combat forms, his fists left green light trails, movements becoming impossibly fast and precise. The room's temperature rose as objects vibrated on shelves. His mother's voice would drift through walls. "Bobby, still training?" But Bobby remained focused, driven to understand his awakening power. The wooden practice dummy became his target. Eyes narrowing in concentration, his fist shot forward with blinding green light. The dummy didn't break. It exploded into splinters that embedded in walls like bullets. His shocked parents watched from the doorway with pride and fear. "What's happening to him?" his mother whispered. His father replied quietly, "I don't know. But he's becoming something extraordinary." Through pain and discovery, Bobby's body was reborn. Skin hardened to bronze through metal wall technique, inner strength flowing like liquid fire. The transformation was complete, but only the beginning. Bobby returned to San Francisco training facility, transformed. Morning light gleamed off the complex as banners announced the family sparring contest. Hundreds streamed toward the entrance with palpable excitement. Walking confidently through crowds that parted instinctively, Bobby's simple white uniform contrasted his purposeful stride. Students stopped conversations to whisper, "That's Bobby Brown. He shattered a boulder with one punch. They say his skin turned metal." Bobby's enhanced hearing caught every whisper. Steve watched from behind a pillar, face contorted with anger. "Impossible. Gray Eagle never fails." Bobby's left eye pulsed, registering Steve's elevated heart rate and muscle tension. In the massive arena, the white-bearded judge announced, "The spot challenge has ended. 50 city recruits decided." When Bobby approached late, the stern judge blocked his path. "First round is over. You're too late." "Judge, can I still participate?" "I've trained months for this," Bobby requested respectfully. "Rules are rules," the judge replied firmly. But the white-bearded judge approached, studying Bobby carefully. His gaze lingered on Bobby's left eye, perceiving something others couldn't. This young man dominated town recruits. His potential is immeasurable. Give him a chance. Steve objected furiously. "Rules exist for everyone." Late arrival shows disrespect. The crowd agreed until Ethan rose from his ornate seat, commanding silence. "What do the main judges think?" Both judges supported Bobby. "Since both support him, I'll allow participation. Talent must be nurtured," Ethan declared. "Choose your challenge wisely," the resentful judge warned. Bobby scanned 50 seated recruits, recognizing faces. Sarah hopeful, Calvin encouraging, Peter glaring with his arm in a sling. Second row, 6th seat. Isaac strode forward, skin taking metallic sheen as sand particles swirled around his hands. "Don't think you can beat me, town recruit." "My block metal body has turned away blades stronger than your fists." "Metal sand palm." Isaac launched forward, his strike powerful enough to shatter bone hurtling toward Bobby's chest. Bobby stood completely still, lifting one hand casually. Flaming metal fist. Their techniques collided in blinding flash. Isaac flew backward 20 feet, crashing against the arena wall. Absolute silence fell. "How? One punch. Impossible." Isaac struggled, blood trickling from his mouth. "Bobby wins, ranked 16th, the judge announced, stunned. Bobby walked calmly to his earned seat. The second round began with ranking challenges. Each has 3 chances to challenge higher ranks, the judge explained. Bobby watched carefully, measuring opponents. His goal was the top 3, only they could access peak-ranked martial arts. Various fighters clashed in intense exchanges. Sarah faced Vanessa in dance-like combat. Butterfly leaves palm. Sarah's hands blurred with green-tinted energy. Blue cloud finger, Vanessa countered with precise blue trails. After 80 moves, Sarah's butterfly flower dance secured victory and 6th position. When Bobby's turn came, he simply said, "Pass." Confused reactions rippled through crowds, but experienced observers understood tactical strength hiding. Rankings settled with powerful auras from top seats. Dale golden-robed and serene, Chi-Chi confident, Brenton chilling the air around him. "Number 3, Brenton, your turn," the judge announced. Ice crystals formed as Brenton's cold gaze locked on Bobby. "I challenge 6th seat, 2nd row." The unprecedented challenge shocked everyone. "This isn't about ranking, it's about justice," Brenton declared coldly, while Peter smiled vindictively. "I'll break Bobby's arm first, just as he broke my cousin's," Brenton announced. Air crackled with ice as frost formed around his feet. "Bobby, I'll let you have 3 moves." Bobby laughed genuinely. "3 moves? Why are you being such a wimp? I'll let you have 10. Come." "You must want to die." Brenton attacked with blinding speed, palm encased in swirling ice crystals. Bobby stood still, skin taking bronze sheen of metal wall technique. Their energies collided explosively. Ice fragments erupted as Brenton's attack met Bobby's metallic defense. Brenton stumbled backward, his arm limp, frost covering his own hand. "How? What technique is this?" Brenton gasped, shocked. "You're not the only one who's improved. That's 1 move. 9 to go." Bobby smiled calmly. Brenton's attacks grew desperate. Cold snow palm, ice shard burst, turning the arena into frozen battlefield. Bobby counted each calmly. 3, 4, 5. His defense remained unbreakable. 10. "Your strength is disappointing," Bobby announced, as his patience ended. "Angry dragon fists." Bobby's fist emitted blinding green light, striking Brenton's chest. Air distorted around impact, sound waves rippling outward. Brenton flew backward like shot from cannon, crashing into arena wall hard enough to crack stone. "Impossible! How are you this strong?" Brenton gurgled through blood. "Bobby takes 3rd spot," the judge announced. Bobby walked calmly to 1st row seating among the elite. In the martial arts library's 2nd floor, soft light illuminated jade tokens representing centuries of accumulated techniques. Hubert selected carefully. 3 peak-ranked arts complement your style: mesmerizing windfish, sky-striking leg, and starfinger. "Which is most powerful?" Bobby asked directly. "Starfinger is strongest, rivaling holy martial arts. It condenses inner strength into devastating points. But it's dangerous to train," Hubert warned, retrieving an ancient leather-bound book with shifting patterns. "Then I choose Starfinger," Bobby decided immediately. "You'll only stand a chance against Dale if you master this." Since Dale is the facility head's stepson, he received special privileges. "Access to the 3rd floor library," Hubert whispered. As they spoke, Dale entered with other officials, moving toward a hidden staircase Bobby had never seen. Bobby's room became a meditation sanctuary. Cross-legged with the Starfinger manual open, candlelight cast strange shadows. His left eye pulsed, bathing ancient text in green light as symbols rearranged themselves responsively. Extending his index finger, brilliant green light formed at the tip, condensing smaller but more intense. When touched to wooden floor, it created a perfect microscopic hole through the foundation beneath. Pushing further, energy suddenly exploded uncontrollably, blasting a crater and sending Bobby flying backward. Green energy crackled across his body as his left eye blazed like an emerald sun. "What is this power?" he gasped, eyes wide. The marble in his eye pulsed autonomously, green glow spreading across his face in vein-like patterns. His vision split between his room and a vast battlefield where figures wielding similar energy clashed beneath storm-filled skies. An ancient, distant voice spoke, "The bloodline awakens." Bobby clutched his head as the vision faded, leaving him trembling. Outside, a red moon rose, and in its light, his shadow stretched impossibly, 2 arms on one side, 3 on the other, before returning to normal. 3 weeks later, Bobby trained in the garden courtyard each dawn, sitting in perfect stillness as sunlight danced through trees. The Starfinger manual lay open as morning mist formed with each controlled breath. 20 days brought 2nd-level mastery. Raising his finger, brilliant, controlled light formed, condensing slowly while sweat beaded from concentration. Touching a stone bench, the technique sliced through granite like water, leaving perfect cylindrical holes. He sensed 3rd-level calling. 1-point Starfinger, the technique to defeat anyone of his rank. Sarah often watched with growing concern. "You've trained non-stop for weeks. Even Dale takes breaks." Dale doesn't have to catch up. He's had advantages I never had, Bobby replied, gazing toward Dale's golden robes visible through high windows. You're already strong enough to challenge anyone. Why push yourself like this? Sarah asked, worried. Because being strong enough isn't enough. I need to be ready for whatever comes next, Bobby answered, unable to share the truth about voices, visions, or his growing certainty that destiny lay far beyond this training ground. One morning, Bobby staggered as his left eye flared uncontrollably, green energy spiraling outward and cracking ground in spiderweb patterns. Bobby! Sarah rushed forward alarmed, but he raised a hand, breathing heavily as he regained control. I'm fine, just testing limits. The sparring grounds became Bobby's testing arena as students gathered to witness hierarchy-determining matches. Bobby and Sarah entered the ring, both moving with fluid confidence. Don't hold back because we're friends. I want to see your real growth, Sarah said, stretching gracefully. I wouldn't dare underestimate you, Bobby replied respectfully. Sarah began with liquid poetry in motion. Butterfly leaves palm, hands blurred, creating afterimages with green-tinted energy trails. Lightly microstep, Bobby responded, multiple afterimages surrounding Sarah in perfect synchronization. Found you! Sarah laughed, spinning gracefully to track his real position. But Bobby had moved, appearing behind her impossibly fast. My turn. Starfinger, first level. Bobby's extended finger shot concentrated energy forward. Sarah barely dodged as the beam sliced through a training post like heated metal. Peak-ranked martial arts? When did you... Sarah's eyes widened. Last week. Still learning control. Bobby grinned. They exchanged dozens of moves, fluid grace against explosive power, creating spectacular displays. Finally, Bobby gently placed his hand on Sarah's shoulder as she landed. Your butterfly techniques reached incredible heights, but foundation could be stronger, Bobby observed. Your star finger is powerful, but you're still learning precision. We both have room to grow, Sarah replied graciously. The crowd erupted appreciatively as friends bowed respectfully. Night became Bobby's time for perilous experimentation. In candlelit privacy, the Starfinger manual's advanced pages seemed to shift and writhe responsively. Sarah's words about precision haunted him. Starfinger required perfect control, timing, and understanding. Raising his finger again, energy didn't form immediately. Instead, Bobby visualized with scientific precision, breaking down every component and inner strength flow. Slowly, reluctantly, different light began forming. Smaller, denser, more controlled than ever achieved. Third level, 1-point Starfinger, he whispered reverently. Energy reached critical mass. Touching his wooden desk delicately, the technique created perfect microscopic holes completely through wood without disturbing anything around it. Perfect precision, perfect control. True mastery threshold reached, but understanding he'd only begun scratching the surface of possibility. 1 month later, banners announced the final round as facility buzzed with anticipation. Bobby approached with commanding presence, left eye occasionally pulsing with subtle green light. Breakthrough to 6th rank had come naturally as predicted. His inner strength now rivaled anyone except possibly Dale, who stood center platform in golden robes with arrogant confidence. Today we settle who deserves to lead the next generation. I've reached 6th rank and am prepared for any challenger, Dale announced theatrically, his gaze settling on Bobby with disdain. Though some remain in shadows, avoiding real strength tests. Murmurs rippled as everyone recognized the pointed reference. Rules are simple. Challenge higher ranks. Victory takes their position, the white-bearded judge declared. Bobby stepped forward confidently. I challenge 2nd-ranked position. You're challenging me directly? Chi-Chi asked, surprised. Your skills always impressed me, but I need to test current abilities against the best, Bobby replied respectfully. Center arena focused hundreds of eyes as Bobby and Chi-Chi faced off. Chi-Chi's reputation as well-rounded fighter with peak-ranked mastery made him formidable. I won't go easy because we're facility brothers, Chi-Chi said professionally. I wouldn't want you to, Bobby nodded. Chi-Chi launched signature combinations, movements flowing between offense and defense with masterful precision. Crushing Mountain Fist. His glowing fist created shockwaves cracking stone platform. Bobby didn't dodge. Skin took familiar bronze sheen perfectly timed. Impact resonated like metal striking metal. Chi-Chi stumbled backward, hand numbed by recoil. 5th level metal wall technique? Impossible! Chi-Chi exclaimed, shocked. Bobby followed explosively enhanced speed. Lightly micro step, peak level. Becoming blur, appearing simultaneously in multiple positions, each afterimage attacking independently in impossible storm of strikes. Chi-Chi desperately defended, peak rank techniques barely keeping pace. Your improvement is incredible, Chi-Chi gasped between maneuvers. You're still holding back. Show me true strength, Bobby encouraged respectfully. Very well. Golden Bell technique, full power. Chi-Chi's body glowed golden, dramatically increasing defensive capabilities while preparing most powerful offense. Shattering Heaven Palm. Devastating force could crush boulders, but Bobby waited for precisely this moment. Star Finger. 3rd level. Brilliant green light formed at fingertip, so dense it bent surrounding air. 1 point Star Finger. The technique shot forward. Energies met head-on, creating blinding flash forcing spectators to shield eyes. For eternal moments, opposing forces struggled, neither yielding in pure will contest. When light faded, Chi-Chi stood frozen. Technique completely neutralized. Thin bloodline appeared at his mouth. 1 point Star Finger. You mastered it? Chi-Chi asked disbelievingly. Bobby immediately steadied Chi-Chi respectfully. Your techniques were flawless, but Starfinger specializes in piercing any defense. Bobby advances to 2nd rank, the judge announced. Crowds erupted amazed at unprecedented mastery from dismissed town recruit. Dale's expression darkened considerably, realizing Bobby had become legitimate threat. That evening, Bobby entered the library's 2nd floor with Hubert. Soft light illuminated jade tokens pulsing with contained energy. Starfinger mastery opens new possibilities, Hubert explained, selecting tokens carefully. These 3 would complement existing skills perfectly. He presented glowing tokens: Mesmerizing Windfish, Sky-Striking Leg, and Starfinger. Advanced principles containing techniques beyond basic 3rd level, reaching legendary territory. Which offers greatest power? Bobby asked intensely. Power isn't always the answer, but Starfinger's advanced techniques rival holy martial arts in destructive potential. Pinnacle of non-divine martial arts, Hubert replied, troubled. Bobby reached for Starfinger token without hesitation. Advanced techniques are incredibly dangerous. One mistake could permanently damage cultivation or kill you. These have killed unprepared practitioners, Hubert warned, genuinely concerned. I'm willing to take that risk, Bobby determined. Touching the token, Bobby's left eye suddenly blazed with room-filling green light. Ancient symbols appeared briefly in air around them before fading. What was that? Hubert asked, voice shaking with awe and fear. Bobby quickly covered his eye, though green glow continued pulsing beneath his palm. Nothing. Just excitement about new techniques. But Hubert's experienced gaze remained deeply troubled watching Bobby leave with the advanced manual, sensing forces beyond understanding had been set in motion. Under moonlight in facility gardens, Bobby practiced alone with advanced manual beside him. Described techniques seemed more legendary than real. Distant attacks, multiple target piercing, direct inner strength strikes. Attempting first advanced technique, Bobby raised his finger forming familiar energy, but tried maintaining and shaping it according to complex instructions. Energy fluctuated wildly, responding to enhanced abilities, but threatening to spiral beyond control. His left eye flared as he struggled against mounting pressure. Not yet. I can control this. But energy exploded uncontrollably. The voice seemed internal, yet carried knowledge older than civilization. Always when his power reached limits, as if something ancient awakened alongside growing strength. Bobby understood his transformation involved forces beyond ordinary martial arts, but implications remained frustratingly beyond grasp. In Dale's private chambers, something sinister transpired. Dale stood before a large mirror, but his reflection showed impossibility. Eyes glowing cold blue, shadowy figures moving behind him in glass like waiting phantoms. Bobby's improvement threatens everything we've worked for, Dale told his reflection. The reflection responded, voice distorted. Then perhaps time to accelerate our timeline. The Genius Summit approaches. If Bobby continues growing at this rate, he won't. There are other ways to handle rising threats, Reflection interrupted with malicious satisfaction. The reflection smiled with expression never appearing on Dale's actual face, while his real eyes flashed dangerously. The bloodline awakens in him, but he doesn't understand what that means. We do, Dale whispered to darkness. Conversation revealed conspiracy layers extending beyond facility politics, suggesting Bobby's abilities attracted attention from forces with ancient agendas. Dawn found Bobby emerging after restless sleep, filled with dreams of ancient battlefields and incomprehensible yet familiar languages. Sarah waited with elegant invitation, shimmering with subtle energy. "This arrived for you during the night," Sarah said excitedly. Bobby noted expensive paper and calligraphy suggesting wealth beyond ordinary means. "Genius Summit," by invitation of Alice Sierra. "Genius Summit?" Bobby asked, confused. "Most important gathering of young martial artists in San Francisco City. Only the most talented receive invitations. Participation can change your entire future." Sarah beamed proudly. Alice Sierra. The name stirred memory, though Bobby couldn't identify where he'd encountered it. Familiar, yet distant, like half-remembered dream. "I may have put in good word with the Sierra family. You deserve to be there," Sarah admitted, blushing. "You didn't have to," Bobby began gratefully. "Yes, I did. You're going to show everyone what real strength looks like," she interrupted firmly. Dale approached, golden robes rustling like whispered threats. Expression carefully neutral, but eyes burned with barely contained fury. "Interesting. I wasn't aware town recruits were invited to Genius Summit," Dale said, falsely casual. "Maybe standards are changing," Bobby replied, unflinching. Dale smiled dangerously. "Indeed. I look forward to seeing how you measure against the city's true elite." Turning to leave, Dale paused calculatedly. "Oh, Bobby, be careful during advanced training. Star finger techniques can be unpredictably dangerous." The implication was unmistakable. Dale knew about the new manual and involved risks. As Dale disappeared, Bobby's left eye pulsed once with green light, involuntary response to received threat. That night, Bobby sat in deep meditation with advanced manual open. His left eye glowed steadily now, burning with constant green fire illuminating ancient text with supernatural clarity. Something called, from within, advanced techniques, power transcending mere martial arts, touching forces most humans never encountered. Bobby sensed dangerous but necessary potential for what lay ahead. He began attempting the most perilous technique. Void Point Star Finger. Legendary method theoretically piercing space fabric itself, striking targets regardless of barriers or distance. Concentrating with every fiber, Bobby's left eye suddenly blazed like emerald sun. This time, green energy didn't just flow through his finger. It erupted from his entire body in a pillar shooting through ceiling into night sky with supernatural beacon force. The pillar was visible citywide, defying natural law reaching toward heavens. The phenomenon was so extraordinary anyone with minimal spiritual sensitivity couldn't ignore it. In 3 locations, 3 figures observed with far more than casual interest. Dale stood at his window, blue eyes reflecting green light with cold satisfaction. "It's beginning," he whispered, anticipating long-laid plans finally achieving fruition. In Sierra family compound, Alice Sierra stepped onto her balcony with fluid martial grace. Beautiful face etched with concern observing energy pillar. Ancient bloodlines stir, but which side will he choose? Somewhere beyond city boundaries, unseen eyes watched with centuries spanning ancient recognition. Hidden observers added weight, suggesting Bobby's awakening attracted attention from entities with incomprehensible agendas. Back in Bobby's room, energy pillar suddenly collapsed inward devastatingly. Bobby gasped, falling backward as his left eye returned normal. But examining his hands, they trembled not from exhaustion, but from raw, unlimited power coursing like liquid lightning. "What am I becoming?" Bobby whispered, voice shaking with fear and exhilaration. Staring at the advanced manual with new understanding, pages now blank, except learned techniques, but sensing vast hidden knowledge within ancient binding. secrets revealing themselves only when ready for true significance comprehension. There's so much I don't understand, Bobby whispered to darkness. Thunder crashed outside despite clear night sky, as if heavens responded to his transformation. Church bells began tolling distantly, not celebration, but warning of changes reshaping martial arts forever. Those bells carried across the city like prophecy, marking the end of Bobby's journey as simple martial artist and beginning of something far more extraordinary and dangerous. Whatever he was becoming, there would be no turning back from the path set in motion by forces beyond current understanding. As ominous tolling continued, Bobby closed the manual and prepared for whatever trials awaited. The Genius Summit would be more than talented youth gathering. It would be the stage where his true destiny would finally be revealed, for better or worse. The transformation was complete, but the real story was just beginning.
Hi, Bobby here. If you're wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of God I Now with the link in the description.